We're in a war. Globally, if you look all around this world with our own eyes, we can see that we are in a war. Today is the day to know Jesus Christ. We are going to have a personal relationship with God. I'm talking about a one-on-one. We're going to have to know the Lord for ourselves because we are in a war. We are fighting tooth and pick each and every day. We're in a war. When I looked up the word war, and war, it says a struggle or competition between opposing forces for a particular end. If you look all over the world, that's what's happening right now. The Lord wants us to stand our ground. Look what Galatians 5:17 through 26 says. For the flesh lusted against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. But if ye be led of the spirit, you are under the law. Now the works of the flesh are manifest. Look at the works of the flesh. Father, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, which means lasciviousness, filled with or showing sexual desire. Look all over the world and look at what is happening right now. God is saying no. Idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, envyings, murders, drunkenness, rivalings, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I also told you in the time past, that ye that which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of God. What are we doing? Are we going to follow the world and its systems? Are we going to follow God and his word? Now, we are going to have to stand bold. It says, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. And they that are Christ, if you belong to Christ, have crucified the flesh with the affections and lusts. If we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit. If we live in the Spirit, if I live in the Spirit, let me also walk in the Spirit. Let us not be desirous of vainglory, provoking one another, envying one another. God is saying he wants us to come out of this flesh and get more in the Spirit. Why? 2 Corinthians 10:13, for though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. Say it again. 2 Corinthians 10:3, for though I walk in the flesh, I do not war. We do not war after the flesh. Romans 8:8, so then they that are in the flesh cannot please God. They that are in the flesh cannot please God. Ezekiel 36:26, a new heart also will I give you, and Jesus give us a new heart. A new spirit will I put within you. Please God. And I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I will give you an heart of flesh. I believe that God is saying through this message that we're in a war, and he wants us to build up our spirits, build it up so much as if you are going back into the gym. Many people go to the gym and they build up this body. They build up their muscles. They build up their arms. They build up their legs. They build up their calves. But what about the spirit? See, we are in a war, and now it's time for us to fight. What are we going to do? We have to go back to the Bible, basic instruction before leaving earth. This is the month now. We just went through so many different Jewish holidays. We went through Yom Kippur, we went through Tishri, we went through Rosh Hashanah, we went through so many. We have to get back. If we listen and go back to the basics of what God is wanting us to do, we are going to win this battle. The only way to win it is in God. The only way to win it is through God. And the only way to win this battle is through his word. And so today as we stand, know as you fight, we are fighting for our souls. We're fighting for our souls, our children's souls, our family members' souls, our cousins' souls, our mothers, our fathers' souls. It's about souls. Because after I leave this body, after you leave this body, we have to go see Jesus. And when we go see him, it's going to be a one-on-one. We are in the battle between the flesh and the spirit and the flesh. Choose you this day who you will serve. And it's not about being perfect, but genuine. I am Revelation. I was born to win, and so are you. Mount up, soldiers. It's time to fight, not with your hands, but with prayer and through the Spirit. Peace.